Wait. Going on here? Is this the barbershop? Is this the barbershop?
Yes, stop me.
This is the barbershop.
Yes.
This ain't nothing but healthy conversation. It ain't nobody. Healthy conversation. It ain't nobody. It ain't nobody. Healthy conversation. It ain't nobody. This ain't nothing but it. This ain't nothing but it. This ain't nothing but it. Healthy conversation. Healthy conversation. It ain't nobody. Healthy conversation. Healthy conversation.
So,
What up?
it's Wednesday.
It's Wednesday.
It's been a long time.
I shouldn't have left
I shouldn't have left you.
without this strong rhyme in step two.
Step two.
Yeah. It's your boy, the barber,
It's your boy, the artist.
and it is Chrome, man, you gotta introduce yourself.
Oh,
Yeah,
shoot,
bro,
I
you
forgot,
see,
man.
yeah, look.
Hey, this your boy. This your boy. Look here.
It's your special guest,
This
King Chrome in the house.
Yeah. Once again, we back. The Three Stooges, Three Amigos,
Oh, wait.
whatever you want to call it.
Look, let me tell you something,
Not
bro.
the Three Stooges. Don't.
This kayak, we in sync. I'm gonna need you to roll a little harder.
The Three Stooges. Come here, let me slap you up.
Yeah. Pull your nose, you know what I'm saying? Curly your mo shit to you real quick.
Yeah.
What's going on, good people? You know, we missed y'all last Wednesday. We back this Wednesday though. So, how y'all doing? How your mama and them, all that good
How
stuff.
your mama and them? How your daddy them?
All of that.
Your grandmama and them? Your grandmama and them?
Grandma, all that stuff.
All that stuff.
Man, how your great auntie and them doing?
Hope
Hey,
they-
great auntie.
What's been going on, man? Let's do a little something different before we jump off into this topic.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
We're doing temperature checks. Is that
Yeah,
how
we're
we
doing temperature check. How you doing this week, man? This
I've
last
been-
couple of weeks, man.
I've been
I see you over
good.
there with your cowboy
Yes, sir. You know,
cape.
cowboy cape. Just had to represent it. I don't care what y'all say. You talk slick in the comments, you're getting out.
Oh,
We're
shit.
blocking you forever.
Locking you up.
Man.
Now, seriously, all was well. Was down a little bit,
Yeah.
back up. You know,
Nigga had
Cool.
I've been spraying Lysol on people. You know, spray the alcohol on you.
That fool said Lysol.
yeah.
You know that alcohol you got burned like a mother.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know where you get that alcohol
This
from,
is a
but
freshly
man.
shaved head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what's going on with you, Chrome? What's happening, bro?
Man, trying to maintain, got a few things burning.
That's
Like
good.
like a pot of gumbo. I'm mixing up some new stuff, trying to reinvent, this cigar lifestyle.
I think everybody's in the reinventing stage. What about you, brother?
Man, I'm always moving and shaking, man. My pot always got a spoon and a fork in it. I do a lot of simmering, though. I don't cook too fast. I like to simmer mine, let mine simmer a little bit.
Crock pot with it.
Crock pot with it, man. I'm always doing something, but we working on if ladies, if you like a good sweet cigar, holler at your boy. You can call me. You can email me. No, don't email me. Just call me. I'll send them to you. I got the new sweet lady. We got
Sweet
cherry,
lady.
strawberry, blueberry, Grand Marnier, whiskey and honey, vanilla and cognac, chocolate mint, mango. We got all the flavors. The only flavor I don't have is peach cobbler. I'm working on that.
And coffee.
And and coffee. And them the 2 flavors. But other than that, hit me up if y'all want. And for the fellas, if you like sweet ladies and you can't get a sweet lady, you ain't never had a sweet lady.
Damn it,
Buy a sweet lady.
I'll pay for it.
I'll pay for it. Now you can buy a sweet lady. Sweet Lady Cigar, the Astute Gentleman brand. Holla at your boy. But and yeah, holla at your boy. I ain't gonna too much. If I get too much, you might go on.
Man, and you promoting Sweet Lady, but you forgot about that #1 stick.
No, man, that's why I said I ain't gonna say nothing.
Okay, yeah. We gonna keep that. We gonna keep that in the
keep the kid the bottle. You give him too much.
Yeah, we gonna keep that one in the vault.
Yeah.
So I take it that everybody has got motion.
Yeah, we got
Right?
motion.
Yes, sir.
Everybody got motion. You know how I do.
Man.
I'm starting to bring it in the house.
Yeah,
So we sitting there talking about, as we just started briefly, just saying what we all got going on. It's things in motion.
Yeah.
And which brings us to our topic today. And you know me, I have to always go back to it, but I don't. So one of y'all just go ahead and lace that up real quick.
So the topic, you know, is relevant. Me and Frank been having these conversations, man, about, you know, bandwagon riders and but the feds call them whistleblowers.
The whistleblowers, the bandwagoners,
You know, bandwagon riders.
you know, the photo opportunists.
You know.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Yeah, it's crazy work, man.
Yeah, it's great. You know, and those things. The topic is, you know, it's the help that you don't get that helps you the most. And,
Facts.
whew,
That's tough.
I love the topic. I love the topic because
Man, you know.
I'm one of them people, man, that I don't ask for help. You know, I don't believe in asking people for help. When you see me with the hammer and nail, and you know I'm gonna do something, don't stand around and wait on me to finish the project or get almost done and say, hey man, you need some help.
You need some help, yeah.
Say, hey Jeff, man, what you finna do, man? You finna build something? Yeah, I'm finna do that, man. You need some help? Yeah, come on, man. Yeah, man, let's do something. Let's enjoy each other's company. Let's talk shit, you know, smoke a cigar, you know, do whatever we're gonna do.
Mm-hmm.
But don't come want to sit on my patio and enjoy it and tell me how good it looks. You know what I hate the most? What you should have did. What you should have did. You should have did this. You should have did that. You should have
been here helping. If
No. You should go build your own.
True.
Yeah, you should go build your own. Don't tell me what I should have been. You know, and you know, or those guys that come in and see you on the top of the mountain and they want to hold on to the rope and say, hey man, let me get in this picture with you. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So when we had this conversation this week, right?
Right.
So it ties into this because you know the conversation starts from what you told me. What I told you grinds my gears more than anything.
Yeah.
And when my kids was young, bro, they're boys. Everybody knows I have sons.
Yeah.
I gave them a copy of the Little Red Hen, bro.
Yeah.
And we didn't know how relevant childhood fables and stories were when we were kids until we got older. And that is one of my favorite stories, bro, because this hen wanted to bake a loaf of bread. So she went and asked all of the farm animals, different animals. She gave them all individual tasks. And every time, each one that she asked to do this particular task, they had a reason why they couldn't do it. I'm tired. I don't feel like doing it. Or I got something else to do. So she, after asking several people, farm animals to help out, they had their excuses. She said, fuck it, I'll just do it myself. Mm-hmm. So she gathered all of the materials that she asked them to get, and they had a million excuses why they couldn't. And she baked it herself.
Yeah.
And once the loaf was baked and they smelled it, here they come. Wanting to. And she just basically told them, I told you to do this, you had an excuse. I asked you to do it, you had an excuse. Like I just did it myself. And you know why that's a touchy subject for me is because I see this, we all see it far more and often where you work so hard to create something. It takes mental, bro. it's exhausting. It takes finances to build anything.
Right.
And if you're the sole person doing it, only for somebody to just want to, now I know you're going to probably have let's just say for instance you're having an engagement and you do everything, right?
Right.
I'm pretty sure you're going to invite somebody. You want them to come out to partake of whatever it is that you created. But not those ones who just want the photo ops or those who just want to say, I was there. You didn't support it in the building process. I damn sure don't need you here when it's done, brother.
You know what, bro? That reminds me of a situation my mom and them going through right now with, the food bank at the church. During the week, when it's time to build and put everything together, it ain't nothing but her and one other person. But then during the weekend, when it's time to give away, everybody wants to show up.
That's common though, bro.
Y'all want to show up for that spotlight and say, you did this and you did that, but in reality,
you didn't.
You didn't.
Yeah.
And my thing is this, bro. If you're a somebody or suppose, now we're not taking digs because we always talk real, bro. It is what it is. A lot of the times the stuff is in your face.
Yeah.
You can't get around it. I ain't talking about you. We see it.
Yeah.
If you're a somebody, it doesn't. Why would you just want to just pop up at the venues because I'm supposed to be the big dog. I'm supposed to be this, that, and the third. And it's like, have you ever seen those type of people honestly put on anything for themselves?
And you know what? In that instance, those guys that you're referring to.
It ain't just guys, but I mean.
Those people that you're referring to. The opposite of that is those people that are begging for support and mad at you because you don't support, but they never show up to your stuff.
Ooh. That's
They
what.
never show up to your stuff, but then they mad at you. They don't show up to nobody's stuff. But because I don't complain about support because I don't support a lot of people in the cigar world as much as I should because I'm a cigar owner. I don't have employees like the other cigar owners. It's just me.
Right.
So all of my people that are in the cigar world, they understand why I don't show up all the time because I got to run my shit. And I'm the only one that runs this. I do 100% of everything around here.
Right.
So, but when I break out and I go over there, and they love to see me. Hey Jeff, what's going on? You was able to break away. Thanks for coming out. Blah blah blah. And they return the favor. They come over. They chill out. Because we're all busy. But don't get mad at me or anybody else if you don't support. If you're not supporting people, you can't get mad at people for not supporting you.
Oh yeah, man.
You know what, Jeff? That reminds me. Hold on, so they can see my eyes. That reminds me. We just did Dallas Cigar Week. DF Dub can go out of town to this state, this city, that city.
And represent hard.
To represent real hard. But you can't represent real hard at home.
Yeah.
That don't make sense. How can we overcome, everything in our own city and we don't support one another? But that's just my opinion.
Yeah, you're right.
Sometimes it's the person that's doing it. People have their reasons why they will and won't show up for things. Now, to get back on the subject, a lot of times that what you need and the help that you're asking for or the support that you're asking for, the outcome is a lot better when you don't have nobody doing it and you just doing it by yourself. Do you see how much? Do you know the amount of headaches that you can
avoid?
No, just the extra shit you just don't have to worry about when you had to rely on somebody that you put in place to do this, somebody that you trusted to handle this, and it falls through the cracks. Now you in your feelings, you mad, you upset. But a lot of times the help that you wanted, when it don't come through, and you solely do it. Now who can you blame if you did it by yourself? You can't blame.
You can't
So
blame
I would take the L if I know I failed at something doing it by myself.
Right.
But I'll be more pissed off if you were supposed to be part of the quote unquote team and you didn't pull your weight.
Man.
I'm gonna really be agitated then.
Yeah,
But sometimes, man, I think, bro, just seriously, I think it's a lot of people that just don't know how to operate on their own.
Right.
So they have to have a team. They have to have a clique. They have to have people around them that help them because they don't know how to operate by themselves.
Right.
The one time that they get burned or somebody juice them or it don't go the way they want because they didn't put all of these pieces in motion and it didn't pop out the way they want to. Now it's trial and error.
Yeah.
You'll say, look, I'll just do it myself the next time.
Right.
But a lot of people aren't accustomed to doing anything by themselves nowadays.
Right.
Gotta have some hanger on or something.
You know, that reminds me, right, that what some of the old folks used to try to teach us. You know, it's best to move in silence.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Because when you moving in silence, they gon' assume that you doing this or doing that. In reality, they never came to you and asked you what you doing.
Right.
They just want to keep assuming. And assumption, you know, you end up making I don't know if I can say this on,
Yeah,
you know.
say it.
Assumption, you end up making an ass out of yourself.
Yeah.
You and me.
Because before, I'm using myself as an example. Before I came through and, you know, started working around you fellas, they, you know, they wasn't trying to fool with me. You know, just a handful of people in the cigar industry were trying to fool with me. But then when I hooked up with astute gentleman, now they all watching and trying to figure out
What the play is, bro.
you know, how you get over there, man. You know, you used to be at this lounge, that lounge, and all that. You know, I don't have no favoritism when it comes to lounges. I go to each lounge and check out the scenery. But if you're doing the same old thing, then, you know, it's time for me to move around. So basically what I'm saying is, come ask me, don't assume on what's going on.
Right. Right.
I'm a grown man just like you're a grown man, or, you know, grown woman or whatever. You know, it's a lifestyle to me. It ain't no rap video
That
and
part.
all that kind of thing.
See that part, I was just about to say it. Passion.
Yeah.
When you're passionate, when you're clearly passionate about something, bro. You see the organic. You see how organic it is.
Yeah.
You see how real it is when you're truly passionate about something.
Right.
You dig? So you it's nothing for you to go to this cigar, that cigar lounge and do that because you're passionate about cigars.
Right.
Now you just happen to find peace and solace in one, and there's nothing wrong with that. Now see, you can't confuse passion with wanting attention. They're two different things. And seeking attention and I've been getting in trouble lately about using the word validation. People's like telling me let people be if they need to be validated, and that's true. So to each his own. But don't get it twisted between being passionate and just seeking validation for something.
It don't stop you from talking about it.
Nah.
Just because. There's a dude. I can't think of his name. I follow him on Instagram, and he always had a white dude, Italian dude, tall dude, cat, dressed up in these nice suits, and he'll walk up to the camera and he'll say something real slick, and he'll walk off.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I seen him. I'm following them too. I followed them too.
The other day he said, chocolate and shit looks the same,
Ooh.
but they smell different.
Yes.
Don't be confused
Right.
about chocolate and shit. 'Cause they look alike,
Yeah.
but they smell different.
Yeah.
Right.
They smell different. And I said that to say that help, it comes, and it might look like help,
But really,
but it really ain't help. It's
Yeah.
somebody that's just trying to see what you're doing,
right.
so they can take it and go out and do it themselves.
You gotta search the heart of people too.
Yeah.
I'm learning that as I go on. Listen, it looks beautiful to see people united.
Yeah.
There's strength in numbers,
Yeah.
There's strength in numbers. I'd rather, if I had to march down this street for a cause and it's just me, fine. I'll do it. I'm my own movement anyway.
Right.
But it looks beautiful.
Yes.
It looks
yes.
powerful when you're unified and there's a multitude of people with you.
Yeah.
So I get that. I understand that. But at the end of the day, you got to check the hearts of people sometimes. That one person that just wants to be a part of it, they have their own agenda.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They might want to stick their nose in something because you are who you are.
Yeah.
And it's like, well, shoot, I linked up with Frey to do Steel Till.
Right.
I linked up with them to be a look at me.
Right.
And that's sad to say. That's kind of what the state is with these adults now, man. Social media done gave people free range to just totally expose themselves.
You know. Speaking of Steel Till, it was a one of a kind. I don't know that people around the world had jumped out and did a Steel Till. I do know that Carfrey Linwood did a Steel Till, and nobody paid attention to it until Carfrey did it Steel Till.
Okay.
Nobody had paid attention to Emmett Till. They probably thought about Emmett Till. They probably said, "Oh yeah, Emmett Till." They might have recognized, but Steel Till was a movement that I know that Carfrey Linwood built.
Right.
And instead of calling around and saying, "Hey, Carfrey, anybody know how to get in touch with Carfrey? Anybody know how to get in touch with the guy that's doing Steel Till down in Dallas? I would like to be a part of that." Instead of doing so,
Bruh.
they duplicate their own T-shirts and try to do it themselves.
Oh wow.
Yeah, and it bothered him. It bothered me too because I hate copycats. People
True.
say flattery.
Imitation is the best form of flattery. It's not.
It's not. Imitation is not the best form of flattery. Imitation is simply thievery. And nobody wants to give props to the person that started. They want to, especially black people.
Oh, yo, that's
Especially
crazy.
black people. That's a whole other topic.
Man, you know
That's a whole
what?
other topic.
I look at it like this. Growing up in the funeral home industry, I've noticed a lot of different things, on how this race does a funeral, that race does a funeral. My thing is, you want to send all these flowers, pot plants, and all that to the funeral. Why you couldn't celebrate them people while they was alive?
Man,
with their flowers and all. Everybody's saying now, let's give them their flowers while they're alive. You should have been giving them their flowers.
Yeah,
don't let, just like you said, somebody copycat what somebody else saying.
Yeah.
So you wasn't planning on doing this until somebody else said it.
Right.
Nowadays, you just have to, and you also have to secure your ideas, man. Because imitation is the best form of flattery. No, it's not. It's just really a lazy man's way of getting by.
Yeah.
If somebody can build a foundation, halfway build the house and get everything done, and they decide, oh, I don't want to do it anymore, then somebody says, well, I'll finish it by just throwing the windows and the door and the roof on. Did you really build that? No. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times people are waiting for the foundation to be poured, bro. And the thing is, they don't want to roll up their sleeves, put their knee pads on, get dirty and build. They want to bask in the glory of the outcome.
The outcome, exactly.
And I am a stickler, bro. I am strongly against that shit 100% nowadays, man. I do not like, I don't know why, bro. I just do not like it. I hate it. And hate is a strong word. I hate to see for somebody to lose out on sleep, rack their mind, build, create, come up with ideas, only for somebody to just want to pop up at the end, bro. It makes me sick. It really makes me sick. And it's just way too many evening gowns and tuxedos thrown on for shit.
Yeah.
You want to be like you didn't help with none of this. And I'm big on people with motives. What is the motive behind that? I don't understand it. I see it far more, and it's a lot of people that we know within our circle that are going hard to try to make change, going hard to build things, going hard to create avenues and ways for us to have something great. They wouldn't mind if anybody was a part of it.
Right.
Just like when we did the gentleman's photo shoot, shout out to CT.
Man,
every time
that brother there,
every
boy.
time I shared it, I my comment was, come with something. Don't just come get something and leave up out of here.
Yeah.
Bring
Yeah.
something.
Bring something.
This was a mixer of men who got all kind of different entities and businesses.
Right.
Don't come up here just with a suit on because you know this man finna put photos out.
Yeah.
You could put your Easter suit on and stand in front of your own damn camera and do that. This was a mixer for men, especially since let's just take it back a notch, talking about how we hate on each other and how we don't support. This was an opportunity for men only who had different entities to come together and say, hey, look, how can I help you? Shout out to the Fishers, millions in the room. Go back if you really want to. Go back and look at one of our shows where we had them on where they were talking about the concept of millions in the room.
Yeah.
If you have an entity, you have an entity, and I have an entity, and we put that all in one gumbo pot, we don't have to go outside the family.
Yeah.
We don't have to. It's almost damn near the Hispanic way of living.
Right.
We can't
Man.
grasp that concept, and I'm not getting all into that. But
Yeah.
we can't grasp the concept of coming together like that.
Yeah, and I say we came up with the community podcast where your podcast comes.
Yeah,
from
we-
our- yeah
Fell through the cracks,
fell through the cracks.
and we
Nobody-
put that out there
nobody-
early in the year.
Early in the year.
Every look, don't let me get started with podcasting because we see some of this tomfoolery out here, man. And look, when it comes to podcasting, you can have whatever you want to do.
Yeah.
I've seen podcasts. It's one I saw, 2 girls sitting on the porch in the projects
Mhm.
with their bonnets on.
Right.
That's their thing. That's their stick.
Yeah.
That's what works for them.
Right.
That's how they created it to be.
Right.
So fine, if they want to join with another podcast and say, hey, let's just do like I don't know what they call, like, you know, in the church gang they call it preach bowls,
Yeah.
where all the churches come together and they pass and do their thing.
Yeah.
It's like, man, we could do a big podcast bowl, have everybody's podcast come together. We come up with one topic and just work the room and let everybody get on it. We tried that.
Yeah.
Remember?
We tried it.
We threw it out there and was like, hey, nobody bit it. Nobody bit it. Now, if I see it out there one day, I'm going to be pissed.
Yeah.
Because 9 times out of 10, they didn't want to do it because people pick and choose what they want to,
Yeah.
for their reasons, whether they like you, don't
They
fuck
like
with you,
it.
but who cares? But you that old having that mindset, you got a problem too.
I don't like. I mean, I'm cool. I'm cool, man. I don't like that. We just can't come together, man. We can't. We know all the scenarios of the creativity of the vision for black people, the division of black people. We know all of those scenarios.
Right.
The willingness and the crabs in the barrel,
Mhm.
All that.
the monkey experiment.
Yeah.
And we know all of these things.
But we still can't unify.
We still can't unify.
Yeah.
We know that these things happen, and again, knowing is half the battle. What you gonna do about it?
Right.
And when people are trying to do something about it, you got people in the background that are saying, "Oh man, that nigga ain't serious. He ain't serious. He just talking that. He trying to get likes." Well, I don't care.
Oh man.
Yeah,
I don't care if you like me. I don't care if you don't like me.
That reminds me of a conversation, Jeff, that me, you, and a few other people had back in the early 2000s. Everybody wants a cigar lounge, but they don't want to put the work in behind it.
Cigar game is raggedy. I mean,
what I'm saying is
they done declassed it.
Yeah, what I'm saying is
It's raggedy.
you got people out there, just for the spotlight, but don't understand the work that came behind it.
And shout out to all of the cigar lounges that are open, that have been open all over the United States. All those cigar lounges. Shout out to the new cigar owners. Shout out to the new cigar line owners. All the old cigar line owners that have been around for hundreds of years. Shout out to all of those people. The cigar community, and this is all in the topic. The cigar community the topic is really about unity. The origin of the topic comes from unity
Yes, sir.
and the lack of unity.
So you got to do it yourself.
So you got to do it yourself. So all of those cigar lines, all of those cigar lounges that took it upon themselves to do it themselves and make some things happen, kudos to you. I love you all. Much love. But, and there's a but. There's always a but. I'm sick of the disrespect. I'm sick of the lack of camaraderie.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just, the cigar world, this little brown thing right here is intended to create unity. It's
That's true.
intended to create unity. And not in bundles, but the whole creativity of the whole thing. Everybody that smokes a cigar should be able to talk and communicate with each other.
And
But
not-
we can't.
Yeah, and not over talk each other.
And not overtalk each other.
It's not just like since we staying on the topic of that whole unity thing. It's not just the cigar world. Everybody wants to be the top dog. Everybody wants the spotlight on them. Everybody wants to make it seem like what they're doing is greater than the other. But the one thing people with that mindset only, I'm not talking about everybody, but people with that mindset, what they fail to realize is spiritually, when God granted you with a gift, that was yours.
Yeah.
When God created you, He created you. Like I say this all the time. When you go to the bowling alley, bro, you've never seen nobody take the ball and throw the bitch to the left or the right. Your lane is right here in front of you. And if you learn to operate in your lane
Mm-hmm.
and get that solidified first, then you can tap in. And pride is a mother.
Yeah.
You afraid to ask for help? You afraid because you think this person's gonna trump you? Those paintings on that wall over there sparked a fuel in me because I asked, bruh, yeah, you know the story. I don't have to go all into it. I started painting because my grandmother died. I did not want to grieve.
Right.
So, truly speaking, it was God that put this on me. I was going to Michael's to get a donut pan. I was going to Michael's to get a donut
So
pan.
you was going to get fat.
And I was buying a donut pan for somebody who was a baker.
Yeah,
While you
yeah,
out, they
yeah.
said, while you out, can you stop by Michael's and get this specific donut pan? I was en route going somewhere else. I stopped by Michael's to show you how God works. Because when I went in there, I got the donut pan, and as clear as I'm talking to you, brother, the Holy Spirit told me to go get canvas. I didn't know what I was doing.
Right.
Went and got the canvas just as clear as day. The Holy Spirit told me to go get all primary colors and paint. I don't even like color. Color is chaotic to me. I like black. My favorite colors are black and white because it's calm.
Yeah.
It's laid back.
Yeah.
If you look at some of these lofts and you can see through the window, a lot of the art on their walls is black and white.
True.
It's calm. You had a hard day at work. You don't want to come down to no Skittles.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I got those primary colors. I went to a pawn shop. The very easel I paint on now, I got it out of a pawn shop for $2.50. And I sat in front of that easel for at least an hour looking at that canvas. Had no idea what the hell I was about to do.
Right.
And the very first thing I painted was that birth of hip hop, was that lady giving birth to that radio.
Yeah.
And man, I was like, how y'all think I did? Man, that thing got so many. And then I just found my niche. I kept going.
Right.
But as I started tapping in, I started noticing all of these great artists who have been doing it for years.
Right.
Years. Hone their craft, top notch. I reached out to these people. Hey, can you give me pointers? Nah, it's either you got it or you don't. This is what this fool said to me.
Right.
Then come to find out, I go somewhere when we had the brass section, and I seen his stuff in there, and I'm like, you know this? I see this again. And it's clear as day, the guy told me he ain't gonna never help you because he sees art as competition.
Yeah.
First, art is not just painting something. You hear the word art, you're gonna equate it with some drawing or something.
Yeah.
Dancing is art. Anything that expresses an emotion is art, bro.
Right.
So back to that, when he said no, I just had to stay in whatever lane I did, and it has blessed me in so many ways.
Yep.
There has been a couple of dollars added to my bank account because
Yeah.
I have experienced and met people through art.
Mm-hmm.
So but now that I've learned and honed my craft in my very own lane, I don't have a problem with working with somebody else. I don't have a problem now even asking for help. Hey, I do it this way, but what can I do to enhance this? I'm confident in it now. Something came up on my Facebook a year ago, or so. Me and
Hey,
you,
little cuz. Hey, little cuz.
me and you live in here,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and I said something about I'm doing this, and what did you say? He's not. He's not something. He's scared.
Right.
And I wasn't. I was not confident in my art.
Right.
None of that stuff up there I thought looked worth it. I wasn't confident in it. And now that I am and I found my own lane, I can reach out and partake in other places.
Right.
I'm not trying to be at everybody's art show with my pieces. I don't need that validation. I don't do it for that.
Right. Right. You do it
So-
for love. You do it for love. That's why I don't get into barber shows and barber
Call it,
competitions
yeah.
and stuff like that, because it's not a it's not a competition for me. I'm trying to better myself still. In the 40
Right.
years in the barber industry, I'm still trying to make myself better. You know, and it's not. Who am I competing with?
True.
Other than myself.
Other than yourself, dog.
So it's not always
About
trying to be
competition.
About competition.
Yeah.
You know? But people make it about competition. People make it about competition. You know, and that's why we can't never come together.
And the
Because
crazy
it's all about competition.
crazy thing about competing, the person the person that's competing with you really ain't as good as they think they are.
Yeah.
But they are afraid that you'll overshadow them, you'll overlook them. And it's like sometimes the loudest person in the room is a complex.
Yeah.
That loud mouth, motherfucker, it's something wrong with them. It's the whole look at me spirit. It's they not confident in whatever it is they doing. Man, look, I see Serena over there. I ain't gonna even get on her little friend who has no clue about what the hell a cigar is. She don't know it from a stick of licorice.
Right.
But you know, when you start throwing jugs and saying all kind of weirdo stuff to try to build up whatever it is you're doing,
Right.
it don't look right. So, dude, if you have to really nowadays just kind of do it yourself. Do it yourself.
That's one thing that reminds me of, I was coming up with different ideas to, work on a certain project
Mm-hmm. Keep it to yourself.
that, people were saying, man, you don't want to do this and you don't want to do that. How you know what I don't want to do or what I do want to do? Because if you're not around me, then you don't understand the process that I had to go through in order to do what I want to do now.
Right.
Because it's not just, the thing I learned about the cigars is you got different fillers, you got different wrappers. But it's like a pot of gumbo. When you put it all together and put it out there, then you find out if you got the best gumbo or if you need to go back in the kitchen and rework it.
You know, I like the gumbo. I always like the gumbo scenario because it's good for you. It's good. It's great when it's put together and it tastes good. But the one thing about gumbo is if you let it sit out too long,
Woo! Start smelling bad.
and it don't have a long life on the table.
Oh, no.
It don't have a long life sitting on the countertop, boy.
Man.
And the gumbo is good. It's all these great things.
Yeah,
When you put them together, and you stir it up, and it tastes great.
Mhm.
Boy, when you put that thing in the tray, you don't put it in the refrigerator. You let it sit out too long.
Yeah, there ain't no stew, brother.
And that's where a lot of people get it mixed up
Yeah,
at.
no
They
stew.
think it's like a stew, but it's not.
Nah.
Boy, that thing.
I done seen two cooks in the kitchen do different types of gumbo. I done seen seafood gumbo
Right.
and, all kind of different, types of gumbo. But this man over here can put the same thing in his pot that this lady over here doing, but it don't mean both of them gonna turn out to be good.
But see, it's always.
No, let me stop you with that. It's not necessarily It's not necessarily that
Mr. West.
it's not necessarily that it's not good.
No.
It's not necessarily it's not that it's not good, bro. It may not be good to your taste palette,
Yeah.
but it may be good to somebody else. So it caters to who it's supposed to cater to.
Right.
You know.
Period.
But what happens when you
it tastes good to who it tastes good.
Yeah.
oh, why so many people eating yours and not mine? Well, it caters to that one person.
Yeah.
And now I try to go up there and try to duplicate it, and it's not gonna be right.
And you ask, what you put in your?
What you have?
That ain't, I love his grandmama's recipe. I love that. I love that.
What was the
But I found out from grandma that she said, baby, add your own spices to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Don't
It's gonna
you
work.
know you can deviate from my spices because back then, you know, it was tasting like this. But if you add your spices to it, then it might taste a little bit better than grandma's. You never know until you get in the kitchen and try it yourself. But if you keep hearing them naysays, then you ain't gonna never get in the kitchen and try it.
But you said till you do what though? Till you get in there and do what though?
Do it yourself.
Do it yourself.
And now we coming back full circle to what we talking about.
Yeah.
We can't no longer anybody who has any kind of entity, any kind of something that you got going on. Learn now when you see these ulterior motives, when you see that nobody's showing up for general support, start doing it yourself, and watch the outcome when you do it yourself.
Yes, sir.
You'll be 10 times more happier when you do it yourself. You'll alleviate all of the headaches, the drama, the letdowns, the disappointments.
True,
when you
true.
do it yourself. And I just think that nowadays people need to start searching the hearts of people before you just start adding these unnecessary ingredients to your gumbo.
Yeah. That's why I had to learn by just giving just a little bit, like Jeff said earlier, out. But then I also had to hold back on some stuff, you know, because I found out in certain industries, I don't know if it's in all of them, you have to you have to copyright your stuff because somebody else will grab what you put out there and put their own spin
Bro,
to
there's
it.
nothing new under the sun anyway.
Yeah.
So there's really no idea that's just original. You know, I mean, yeah, you can have your little spin on it. You can do your own little thing, but there's really nothing that's new under the sun. There's really nothing different than what's already out there. You just the character that you have, the person you are, all of that is what makes it 10 times different. You know what I mean? So
yeah,
You got it.
you have to you got to learn on who you can give all the information to and who you can't.
you can't get the information to them.
We
We have a bird. We Barbershop Talk with Jeff and Frey have an official bird.
bird.
You know how the state has a state bird.
Yeah.
Barbershop Talk, we have an official bird. Official bird for Barbershop
It's
Talk.
called the hooping crane.
Okay.
That's the official bird of the,
So he doesn't know.
so break it down to him.
The hooping crane. The hooping crane has one enemy. One enemy. That enemy is the eagle. When the hooping crane flying, it makes a noise.
All right.
When it's flying, it score. We're gonna use the
Yeah.
gawks when it's flying.
Gawks. I like it.
I like that. The gawk. That's what it is.
Yeah.
It's gawking. When it's flying, it's gawking. It's making a noise.
Okay.
Mhm.
When it makes that noise, its enemy, the eagle, hunts him down. Follows the noise, hunts him down, kills him, and eats him.
Whoa.
Right.
So the elder hooping crane takes a pebble and puts in the baby hooping crane's mouth. So when he flies, it doesn't make the noise loud enough for the eagle to hear it.
Learning
So
something
now-
new.
So now they can get to the destination that they're trying to get to without evil jumping on his back and killing him.
Okay.
So what we trying to tell you is put them pebbles in your
Put
mouth.
your pebbles in your mouth. And this is biblical also.
Okay.
When God gives you something, don't tell it to everybody.
It's for you.
It's for you.
I love to say this, bro.
Do it, build it.
Build it. Mm-hmm.
And they will come. You know
Show
why
them-
they will come? Because God gave it to you
To build.
to build.
Show the progress, never
Yeah.
the process.
Yeah.
Okay.
I do it all the time, bro. I know people get on me all the time. Hey, they got the little cap cuts and stuff. Start showing how you painted this or that. I don't find comfort in that. I really just share my art just to be sharing it. I don't care if one person likes it or not.
Right.
You know, and a lot of times I do it. I'm just doing it because I'm feeling it. Unless it's a commission piece or something.
Okay.
But other than that, man, I get in front of that easel and just go ham or go on some clothes and do me because it makes me feel good.
Right.
So even in the whooping crane state with that, bro, I move in silence with that. Y'all don't see it until I put it on social media. Y'all have never seen me start drawing nothing. I don't have no what do you call those screens? I ain't tracing. I don't have no stencil. I just do
see you
me.
when you're stuck though. We seen you when you're stuck though.
What you have?
When the blank canvas is like, you did one.
Yeah.
One time you did the blank canvas picture.
I was like, what am I gonna do today?
Yeah.
I just want to see. At that point, being brutally honest, I just wanted to see if I was gonna get some interaction because what I wanted to see was people in the comments ask me, give me some ideas. But I guess people say you do you well, so you create. But it was one of them things where I just really wanted to get other people's input on what I should put on it at that point. But now, man, I'm so comfortable in it. I keep the pebble in my mouth, brother.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you this, bro. If you know somebody that flies frequently, they always on vacation. They always flying here, there, and everywhere. First class.
Taking pictures, posting.
Now
I'm on my way to.
You've never flown.
Yeah, I've never flown in my life.
Okay, well, okay. Now listen, it's good then. You never flown anywhere in your life, right? Somebody blesses you with first class tickets to go anywhere. Why would you give those tickets to somebody that flies frequently? You just gonna be on the ground watching them take off with your tickets.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, bro, if you have to keep the pebble in your mouth.
You scared to fly?
I just never flown. Cause I'm used to being on the ground. You know. Thank you.
I get it from you later. I get it from you later. Go on.
You know.
See how organic it is, bro? We conduct business during the project.
Yeah.
It ain't that I'm afraid.
What you say, Serena? I hear you.
It's that.
Yes, you did.
I like traveling on the ground because you get to see more than you do in the air.
But here
There's beauty in the air, bro.
Yeah, there's beauty in the air, and if you sometimes depending on where you're going, you want to spend more time in that place. So you get there faster, you spend a lot more time in that place, and then you come back, and it only takes you a couple of hours to get there, opposed to wanting, because I can guarantee you, because you like to drive, you've seen that scenery many times.
Mm-hmm.
And the scenery don't change that much.
At all, bro. It's just road and trees.
Road and
trees. You might stop through a city en route and get to see some skyscrapers or whatever.
Yeah.
But man, brother, ain't nothing like being above the ground.
Yeah.
And have you ever? We'll get you there. Hey, bro, like to see a storm taking place while you're in there, to me is one of the most beautiful. To see the lightning below you.
Below you.
You're like, dang, it's going down. Lightning in the clouds. Yeah, you're like, dang.
Yeah.
It's going down and all of that. But it's beauty. It's beauty in that, bro.
Shout out to everybody that's watching, man.
Tapping in.
But yeah. Let's touch on this. I want to tell people. I'm gonna tell you a little story that's based on the topic.
Let's get it.
I'm listening.
I built this thing, and I always have to go back to the beginning, because people that don't know the beginning of the story of a astute gentleman, to get to where I'm going, I have to tell the beginning. I was going through a divorce, and I was staying at the Motel 6. I didn't have a car. I didn't have anywhere to stay. I was staying at the Motel 6 right here on Beltline. And I had a couple $1,000 to my name when I started a Astute Gentleman.
Okay.
And I was in my salon suite. So when I moved in this building that I'm in now, there was some people that I brought in to help. I brought them in, I let them come in, and when they came in, it was like a takeover. It was like a takeover. And they came in and they started saying, I did this, 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 I did this. And you did nothing. You did nothing but came in. The one thing I learned from one of the gentlemen is where to buy wholesale cigars, how to get wholesale cigars and the accounts and things of that nature.
Right.
The other young man, he and I, all three of us are still good friends. But one of them I'm really good friends with because just being a businessman, I was able to supersede what both of them had taught me. And one of them, because I had passed him up so tough, he didn't understand like how the hell this nigga blah 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 blah. He and I are still good friends now, and he tells everybody that's my mentor right there. I learned way more from him than he learned from me.
Right.
Because I had an agenda.
Nope.
I had an agenda.
All right, grasshopper.
Some of those people, at points in life, I was a grasshopper.
Yeah.
I accept when I'm a grasshopper. I accept when I'm a grasshopper.
Just be humble about it.
I'm very humble about being a grasshopper. When certain things happen, you gotta be able to grab a hold to it and run with it. When the baton is passed to you, you gotta run with it. And my man passed me that baton, man, and I took off. And now he's doing his thing. And I taught them guys lessons about life, how to do things in life. We getting ready to log off right quick. But when you're doing your thing, when you're doing your thing in life, make sure that you're doing what it is that you're supposed to do. And those people that don't help or don't want to help or are helping for validation for themselves, they're a part of your life. They're a part of your journey, but those people will fall off like leeches. And if you know anything about leeches,